All right, what is up, class of 2020? This is Mr. Coons. Wanted to come to you with just a brief message specifically to seniors. And although I know I'm going to get the opportunity to talk to you at graduation as well, I just wanted to share a brief moment this morning. I've been reading lots about graduation, and one of the things that I keep seeing in different articles is people giving advice and telling seniors what they should and shouldn't do. And I kind of wanted to go through some of that myself with you this morning. One of the things I wanted you to know right away is I keep hearing pieces of advice that people say, if you do this, you will be good. But I'm going to squelch some of that. And I want you to think to the contrary of some of these. So let's get started here. The first one is people will say, do what makes you happy. No, this is terrible advice. I don't want you to do what just makes you happy. Instead, I want you to live a life where you're pursuing goodness, where you're discovering personal peace, where you are sharing compassion. These are higher callings. These are higher qualities that are going to ensure that you live a well-lived life. That in turn will give you happiness. So when people say, do just what makes you happy. No, don't just do what makes you happy. Instead, find that through other things. You'll hear the adage, just be you. This is crazy advice. You should never just accept that you are enough right now. It's not about being enough as you are. And you will continue to grow, to learn, to evolve, and to morph into the best you once you leave ECCHS. Simply saying, I am who I am is simply lip service, and that is for individuals that are quitters. I want you to be better. I want you to be more. So don't just be content with being you. You'll hear people say, you're young, live for right now, live in the moment. This is an awful thought. Part of moving through this graduation process is that you are truly becoming and are evolved into young adults at this point. And becoming a young adult means that there are consequences for every action, whether those are planned or whether they're based on impulse and being spontaneous. There's still consequences. So instead, I want you to take in those small moments and enjoy them, remember them, but realize that each small moment is really just a piece to a much larger puzzle that is going to be your life post ECCHS. So do not listen to someone that says, well, you're young, just live in the moment. No. Another adage people will tell you is that anything is possible. You hear lots of speeches about anything is possible. Not so much. Yes, I want you to plan and set goals, but remember that accomplishing these goals requires a lot of things to align. You must understand that this includes not only those things under your control, but also those things that are not under your control. It's much better to eat an elephant one bite at a time and realize that at times you may get full before that entire elephant is gone. Don't get discouraged. Don't quit. Instead, understand that maybe all of the elephant that you have eaten is all you were supposed to have eaten. And now it's time to move on to your next meal. So when people say anything is possible, it is not necessarily always possible. Sometimes people will tell seniors, just follow your heart, do what feels good. That's just crazy. Making decisions based on emotion is the absolute worst way to ever decide on something. Follow a path that's based on a gut feeling most of the time will not result in a desired outcome long term. Instead, I want you to follow your head. I want you to follow your thought process, or even better, I want you to follow your conscience. Emotions and feelings will come and go, but your ethics and your morals, those are deep seated, and they're not going to steer you wrong if you are staying true to them. So don't just follow your heart. I want you to instead follow your instincts and follow your conscience and follow your head. And then finally, you have made it. And yes, you are ready to leave the nest. That is part of growing up. And I do want you to listen to that piece of advice. Well, now this is one that is true. However, keep in remembering that there are people back home that help to prepare you for this venture. So whether enrolling, enlisting, or employing, you should always take time to touch base with those that have loved and supported you along the way. So the best piece of advice is always call your mama. I will see you very soon at graduation because we will make this happen for ECCHS seniors. But in the meantime, in the event no one has told you that we love you and appreciate you, know that we are proud you are part of the Blue Devil Nation. Horns up.